Ching ching! Sold a lot of 50 comic books for $37.99. There's an actual story behind this. It said, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "Well, this thing's looking over the fence at me." So the story about this little guy with binoculars, stay tuned and I'll show you. Had an order pop up, so it will be on the shelf here, and it was a Scooby-Doo mug. Move this little bear out of the way. Be glad we get rid of him. He's been here for a minute. And there it is. Scooby-Doo mug. It's a football mug. You can see there. And that mug I had 99 cents in. It sold for $16.95 plus shipping, for a total order of $26.96, which left me a profit of $19.97 made on a 99-cent mug. Believe it or not, I think that was from Goodwill. While I was talking about the Scooby-Doo mug, I had another chinger, and it's going to be up here at the top. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to move all my stuff down because it's getting crazy getting at the top all the time. I need a shed, I guess, and it's an F1. Put the box down, and it's in, oh shoot, it's going to be on the bottom of this box. I don't see the color, so we're going to move some of this stuff out of the way here. Pull some of this out. Nope, that's not it. I should have did this off camera, but it's a little bit more fun. All right, I'm seeing it down in here. Yep, that's it. For this little dude here, and it's for Four Queens Casino Hotel, Las Vegas. I think this is made by Nissin, Nissin, and it's a snapback. That hat sold for $12 on Macari. Had a couple of comic books sell. I've already kind of got them prepackaged. These little boxes were pretty neat. You can see here, you unbuckle them, and they were made for records. And I bought a couple. I should have bought a whole bunch of them because they really protect them, especially after you get them listed. This is not that great, but I got these ready to pick up here so I didn't have to fumble through while I'm on camera talking to you guys. First, we got an X-Men Phoenix Force handbook, and that Phoenix Force sold for $9.45 plus shipping. I had 10 cents in that book, 20 cents in the backer, and the next one we have is a True Blood, and it is a True Blood number 3. This was a 6 series. I still got a number 1 if anyone needs it, and this one sold for $5.60. So I'm going to take these in, and I'm going to show you how I package comic books. I use a Gemini mailer, and I keep these in there, but I brought a couple out here for packaging purposes today. And if anyone's ever seen the Gemini comic mailer, can you see that? These are quite expensive now. And you might have heard some of the other people talking about how much they cost. But I'm going to have to figure out a different option. Normally, I will take a piece of bubble wrap, move that over here out of her way, and I just kind of measure up the book, you know, lay it in the bubble wrap. You just need enough to go around it once. I'm going to cut it because our bubble wrap's no good, so here we go. Let's cut a piece off. And I'm just going to do one on here and kind of show you. Alright, I'll take a piece of tape. I'm going to kind of lay this out, center it up in here. Hopefully you can see that. I'll try to get under the camera there. And lay it out like this. Then what I'll do next is I kind of tape the end. It kind of keeps it from shifting around whenever I get it in this Gemini here in a minute. This doesn't require a lot of tape. These Geminis are really great for shipping comics. I used to ship them pancake between cardboard, and I was getting a lot of complaints, but that might have to happen again. Then you just kind of take your Gemini and you just fold it around like this. You want to center it. You can see it's got perforated lines on it. Center it up. What I do next is I will take a piece of blue tape. I take this blue tape, I fold the ends over, makes it easy for the people to get it off there. Once you know it's centered with your perforation you want, pull it around snugly. You're going to do all four corners like this, and this will keep it from moving around in this Gemini. Get this bottom corner and one more after this. Just kind of pull it around snug. See, it's already pretty secure. And I'm going to go ahead and put one over here as well. You can't pull this one around because of the way the Gemini is made, so I just kind of press it down like that. You want to take your widest flap first and lay it down. That way the biggest surface is on your comic book and not this small one, because that could cause an indentation in shipping. And then you just kind of fold these around like that. Noisy tape. Once you got that done, make sure your tape's secured well. You can bend this up around, and this will hold quite a few books, these do. And another thing I see people doing often is will put the big one down and then the little one over, and then they'll tape over this part, which I don't like doing it that way, because the book is already hidden. And it's easier to tape, and it seems to seal better if you do it like I'm fixing to show you. So fold your small one down first and see how it lines up nice and smooth here. I'll take a piece of tape to kind of hold me in place till I get ready to finish taping it. Kind of pull everything tight here. Make sure everything's squared up, and you can see it's already kind of coming to. I'm going to do each end with a small piece. Then we're going to do the other end. Once you get that done, take a piece of tape, the length of your, I don't mess that up. Take a piece of tape the length of your box here. Estimate it, or however you want to do it. Put your piece on it, doesn't have to be perfect. Kind of press it down, and it's kind of weird to do, so I lay it down, tape on the table, pull it up, flip it over, and what that does is that seals the edge like this. And from this to this, it's ready to go. And I'll just finish up with my labeling, and I'll get this other one done. And that's how I package a comic book in a Gemini mailer. I forgot to mention, I usually throw a fragile sticker on there. You can see that. You can buy these in rolls of like 1,200 or so, but you know, try to put something on it so people think you actually do take care in packaging their product, and maybe it'll deter an accident or a damaged item. What I think actually happens is the USPS sees a fragile sticker and they play football with it. Ching ching! Sold a lot of 50 comic books for $37.99. There's an actual story behind this. It's going right down the street. Said, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "Well, this thing's looking over the fence at me." So the story about this little guy with binoculars, strange thing. I had a lot of 50 comic books going down the street, and I packaged them the same as I do when they go anywhere in the United States. Never had a problem. They go down the street 20 minutes, they get damaged. Yes, USPS damaged them. They dropped them. So I get this message on eBay, and he says, "I'm not sure if that's what I was to expect, but almost every book has been damaged. I don't know if it's from packing or if USPS dropped it." So he sends me a picture of the books. He sends me a picture of the box. I said, "That's USPS." I said, "I'll tell you what, I got your address. I will hand deliver you a new set of 50 comic books." So I took the problem and made something good out of it. He says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll make it worth your time, and I'll buy a few more items. I said, that's great, sure. So I changed everything to local pickup. He bought a $50 CGC 9.8 graded comic book from me and two $10 comics. Well, they were $5 a piece, but that was another $10. So let's get $60 on top of buying the $40-something lot of comic books. So I'm en route. I get over there and we're talking, and you get to know people a little bit, especially if you're in person. So I took an eBay customer. We was talking about motorcycles. Somehow, I don't even know how it came up. So during the conversation, I found out he liked motorcycles. I said, well, I got a Harley Davidson I'll sell you. He said, really? He said, I'd like to have one, and I'm fixing to finish up a few jobs, and I want to buy it from you. So I gave him pictures and details and whatnot, and in the process of talking, I kept looking at this funny-looking thing. It was staring over the fence, and it looked like somebody staring at me through binoculars because it was a distance, and it was behind a stockade fence. He said, I'll give that to you. I said, oh, you don't have to do that. And he went and got a drill. He unscrewed the thing, gave it to me. He said, I have a friend that makes these. If you want it, you can have this one. So I took a mistake that was made by the U.S.P.S. and I turned it into a good day. Ultimately, with a lot of comics, the extra orders he bought, and the Harley, it ended up being over an $11,000 day because I treated my customer right. And this is what this video is about, treating the customer right. You need to treat them right, because if you don't, it'll bite you in your butt. If you do, you'll be rewarded for it. But anyway, that's kind of the story on that and how I got it, and I guess I'll hang it on my fence. Well, that's going to conclude this episode of the Reselling with Woody channel. I appreciate your time and watching us. Hopefully you found some of the information useful or just plain entertaining. If you've not done so, if you'd hit the like, subscribe, and poke the notification bell, I'd appreciate it. It all helps. And Woody will see you on the flip side.